It's
Wow.
Devon Witherspoon. It
I'm
is one
shocked.
of the corners, which isn't a total surprise to me, knowing the defense that you've got a defensive coach in Pete Carroll, and he wants to solidify, turn the strength into a superpower with the defense there. They hit with Tariq Woolen last year. Doubling up on the position's not necessarily a bad thing. But the Seattle Seahawks have taken cornerback Devon Witherspoon out of Illinois. Nick, what is your gut reaction?
I'm actually pretty shocked that they went with a cornerback here, especially one that's a little bit of a prototype difference than what we've seen with Seattle. They've looked for those height, weight, speed, length monsters out there, and Devon Witherspoon didn't test like an absolute freak, but he plays like an absolute menace out there. Probably one of the more physical players out there. And what I will say is he's going to bring some tenacity and some jawing to that Seattle secondary out there. So he kind of can be a little bit more of an inside outside player, opposite of Tariq Woolen, who can be your pterodactyl on the boundary. I don't know what this means for Kobe Bryant, who they drafted last year and was the third or fourth round. But Devon Witherspoon, I'm actually pretty shocked to see him come off the board here to the Seahawks, just given what I thought their defense would be. Now, that being said, Pete Carroll last season, they did want to start to shift more to a Vic Fangio-esque defense where it's going to be a little bit more match quarters, some more off coverage going on there versus the cover three defense that you saw, very static cover three defense with Legion of Boom years. And I think Witherspoon as a off coverage guy, ball skills, tenacity, tackling, makes a lot of sense in that more Vic Fangio style of defense. But great player here, man. That Illinois defense had some incredible players last season, and fun to see Witherspoon come off the board here. Tested fine. You're going for more football player here, though, than the absolute height, weight, speed guy.
I can't believe he's only 185 pounds. When you started showing me clips of these guys, like, hey, check this guy out. I mean, they just put a clip on of his first highlights, and he plays like Ronnie Lott out there. I mean, he's throwing his body around. He is so physical. He plays like he's 205. Mm-hmm. And Pete Carroll, again, you talk about the length and all that stuff, but what Pete Carroll's looking for more than anything is the attitude. Of course, he's got to have the right physical characteristics as well. Yeah. He wants toughness out of his defense. He'll run through a wall for his players, but he expects the players to do the same for him. So I'm not surprised for this. When we first got started, I said, would you think one of those corners? And because I thought it was a very real possibility. Then they showed Will Levis. I'm like, wait, is it really going to be a quarterback here? I just think when you got Geno Smith on a 1-year deal, that might actually makes more sense to a quarterback. But to me, this means who can help us the most win right now? That is also a long-term prospect for us. And their answer here was Devon Witherspoon, because when you've got a head coach in his 70s and a quarterback on a 1-year deal, your window is a little smaller. They want to win now. I think this was a win now pick for them.